Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to create a calculator using JavaScript, and we are going to only use HTML, CSS and JavaScript in order to create this calculator. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's start the video. Yes. So before going into the video, let's have a quick demo of the calculator. So as you can see on my screen, this is the calculator which we are going to do today. And let's have basic operations. Let's say 1 plus 2 and then equals to, it's saying 3. Let's clear it and you can see the previous result as well on the top. And let me say 2 into 5, and which should say 10, and let's clear it, and it's showing the previous result on the top. And let's say 10 divided by 2, and you see we are getting it, and if I clear it we can see the previous result as well. Okay, so this is the calculator which we are going to do in this video. Yes, so as you can see on my screen, I have added the all the three files in my calculator folder. And also if I open index.html, you can see I have added the content as well. And we have a HTML structure which we are going to see, and I'm going to explain you how exactly I have created HTML structure here. Okay, so let's consider demo first. Okay, so like with respect to demo, how the divs are constructed. Okay, that we'll see. So you see, we have this black background, and inside this we'll have this calculator in the center. Okay, so it means we have a container class. Yes, we have a container class. Inside that, I have one div for the calculator. Okay, so this calculator you can see it. That's the whole one div. And after that, if I open this, you will see so many divs inside that. Okay, so I'll explain you how exactly this is working. Okay, so this particular section, right, the result section is a one div. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of this and show you how exactly the divs are have been configured here. Okay, so yes, yeah, so now you can see this is our calculator. And let me just scroll to here, and you can see that this is the first thing, right, the result section. This is the one div we have. Okay, so if I show you in the structure, display board. Okay, so this is the structure, okay, for the result. And then we have number span. You can see the class names are similar starting from here to here. Okay, the reason is because we have the similar data. You see 7, 8, 9 and star, and same thing, these all rows, right, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 rows have been separated as single divs. Okay, this is one div, this is one div, and this is as well one div, and this is as one div. Okay, and the reason I have used the similar classes because the number and the character is changing inside this tile. Okay, the other things are very similar, that's why I have did that. Okay, so let me expand it and show you what exactly we have. So this is the number span div. Inside that you can see only span tag. Okay, only a span tag with a number and the characters. Okay, and we have few things which we will discuss later, this on click events and all that will come into JavaScript. For now, let me remove this. Yeah, so I have removed this. So you can see span tags we have. Okay, span tags, and I am giving ID to the related IDs. If it's a 7 number, I'll say number 7 or number 8, number 9, and the operation name. This is the multiply. Okay, this is the multiplier. That's why I have giving this one. So this is the same structure I have for all of them. So let's see the other ones as well. Okay, so if I open this number span here, you can see like we have number 4, number 5, number 6, and as you can see subtract we have. So you can see in this is the second row, this is the first row, this is second, we have subtract. And if we go to the other one, we should be seeing 1, 2, 3 and the plus 1. Okay, and in the last one we'll have the other operation, which is like point we want to add, or 0, or slash means divide, and the equal. And you can see all the IDs are unique. ID we are using because we have to interact with JavaScript. That's why we have all the IDs unique. Okay, that's why we have it like this. And the lastly, we'll have a clear button. And if I open this, we should be able to see a clear here. Okay, So this is the only div I have. I don't have a button inside this, but this is how it's working. Okay, it's directly I am directly taking this. Okay, so this is one more div. Okay, so now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, total 6 divs we have. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, and this is the sixth one. Okay, so let's see this one. So inside the display board, we have a div, you can see, and here I have for now like a hyphen, because if I go here and if I refresh the demo, you can see by default it will be hyphen, okay, but the other one will be 0. Okay, so this will be the 0 one. Okay, so because 0 is the first which will be default in the calculator. Okay, so that's how the whole structure is defined. Okay, so hope you guys understand. Now we are going to jump into CSS and let's see how exactly we can mimic that exact same design. Okay. Yes. So as you can see on my screen, I have opened this CSS here, and also I have linked the file. Okay, so this is the linking the CSS file is very important, or else we can't see the CSS, and it will like sometimes we thought like we have did it, but sometimes we didn't done that. So make sure it's there. Okay, so then let's start doing that. Before that, let's open into the web server so we can see live server how exactly things are coming. So you can see this is our by default calculator. Okay, so these are all the numbers. We have to make it like this. Okay, so let's do it. So the first thing which we have to do universally, we need to remove the margin and padding. Okay, so few of the people are asking why exactly we are removing the padding and margin. The reason is there will be a default spaces, okay, inside the tags that we don't want. Okay, that's why we are removing it. Okay, and then we'll do box sizing border box. Okay, this will make sure that you are getting padding or margin all the four sides. Okay, if you don't apply this, sometimes in some scenarios it will only apply to the top and left in some scenarios, and with some tags. Okay, there are few tags. Okay, input tag you can consider, but the other things will work however it's working. Okay, only to make sure that thing is not happening, that's why we are using box sizing. Okay, now let's copy the container class, and we know that background we have it as black color. Okay, which is #00 I'll use, and we should be able to see, yeah, everything is black, but height we are looking for 100 vh, and width we are looking for 100%. Okay, so we should be seeing whole screen, and now we have to make it center. Okay, if the calculator is there, if I select it, here it is, we have to make it center. So we'll do it by display flex and justify content center and align item as well center. Okay, now we should be able to see center. Okay, you can see we got it in center. Now let's target the calculator tag and start doing the CSS on that. 500. Okay, so let me copy the calculator class and let's give width as 500 pixel, and let's open the browser, and we are not able to see anything right now, but we'll make it. Okay, so let's do some box shadow. I don't think so it's necessary, but let's give it. Okay, so 0.6, and border radius I'll give 5 pixel for now, and let's give a background color. That's the important thing. So I have the colors somewhere. Here it is. So this is the color which we want. Okay, so let's apply that, and let's go back. Now you can see we got the color properly. The height will automatically set based on the other things height. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that much, but yeah, here it is. Okay, so now let's go to the next part, which is the first div. Okay, which is the display board. So let's copy the class name display board, and for now let's have padding, and let's see what is the what we want to do next. So we got some padding here, and you see in the demo this is aligned to the right side. Okay, so we have to align to the right side. So let's do that. So I'll say align items right side, no, not align item, it's a text alignment. Okay, so it will be right. And now you can see we got it on the right side, and let's target it separately. Okay, so we have the class names for that. We have display input previous. Okay, so let's give something to this. Let's say padding 10 pixel for now. And yeah, it's looking like this. We need to have the color for that. I have the color for that here. So this is the color, and I'll say color hash, and this is the color which we want. And you can see we got the color, and we need to have the border as well, border bottom, which is dot. Okay, which instead of solid we have dot. Okay, and it's the same color of the whatever color we have applied. So I'll say border bottom, and let's say 1 pixel dotted and the same color. Okay, so this is the color. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is how it's looking right now. I think, yeah, that is fine. I guess if I do 2 pixel, let's see how exactly it will look. Yeah, it's looking better right now. And let's move to the next one, which is the display input, where we are showing our result, right? 0 right now. Okay, and make sure the class names are, sorry, the IDs are unique. Okay, because we are going to interact with JavaScript. Each and every click inside this are mandatory. Okay, all the clicks or the display wherever we are doing, that need to be different IDs. Okay, it should not be similar IDs. Okay, we have to make sure that. And let's copy this class name and apply the CSS on that. And let's say color, for this we have a color here, here. Okay, and copy the color, and let's say font size 38 pixel. The only reason I know, because I have written it here, because sometimes the font is different here, that's why. And we need some padding, I guess. So let's give some padding, 10 pixel, I'll say. Yes, and some margin bottom we need, some suppose 20 pixel, because this width, I want some space here. Okay, that's the reason. So now I think it's looking good for now. If any change needed, we'll change it. And for now, it's fine. Okay, so let's move on to the number span. Yes. So we can, as you know, that all the divs, right, from here to here, till the number 0. Okay, so 7 to equal to, these all 4 rows are having the similar class name. Okay, if we do for this one, this particular div, it will apply for all of them. Okay, so let's do that thing only. So I'll copy this, and let's go here, and I'll say first thing display flex. Okay, that's the one thing I want to do, and we should be able to see all things here. Okay, that's good. And then let me go again here and target the span tag directly. Okay, because we want to make tiles. Okay, these tiles, you see, these are tiles. Okay, these tiles I want to make it. Okay, so let's try to do that. So what I'll do is I'll say height first, 100 pixel I'll take height, and I want background color, because background is a little different, right? So that's why let's take this color, tile bg color I have written there. And color, we need color as well, we have. Okay, and if you want the color and all, if you have a picture and if you want to get a color from the picture, right, it will be like sometimes hard. Okay, so I have a tool, okay, called Pickit, and the UI I have also updated now. So what you can do is you can take a screenshot of anything, paste it here, and you can see this previewer, and from bottom you see there is a picker button. Okay, if you click there, it will give you this nice picker. Okay, from image you can get the colors. Okay, so this, and then you can copy the colors from here. Okay, and the other thing like zoom in, zoom out, you can do, or if you do refresh, it will gone. Okay, and the other thing is like base 64 code generator. If you want to generate the base 64 code, so that you can do, let's say for this particular image you want to generate it, you can just take a screenshot, paste it here, and you will get the base 64 code and put it in the image tag, and that will be displayed, okay, in the HTML. Okay, that's how this is. I have given the link in the description, so you can check out this tool. Okay, so let's go back to the application, and we can see that the color is appeared, but there is no gap. Okay, so let's give a gap. Okay, so I'll say gap 10 pixel for now. I think that's fine. And I know the width is not nice. Okay, now you see we are taking the whole width. Okay, let's say width 100% for span tag. So it will come all the way here, and now all the span tags, right, these span tags, I want to have the equal width. Okay, so what we can do here is I can use flex 1. Okay, flex 1, we know that it will take the remaining space. Okay, but in this case, as all the four things are here having the flex 1, it will divide the space among all of them. Okay, so let's go back, and you see this is how we are getting it now. Okay, so it's divided the space among all of them, and we are getting this way. And you see, we are not getting space from the top and bottom all the cards. So what we can do is, in the number span class name, we'll have margin bottom as 10 pixel. That works, and we can get this nice boxes. Okay, now the only thing remains, what we have to do is we have to center the numbers, and we have to make it big. That's the only thing remains. And later things, like you see, our whole thing is done. Okay, whole design is done, only the clear button is there. So you know that how we can center it. Okay, everyone knows that. We'll use display flex definitely. Okay, so let's use that display flex and justify content center, and I'll say align item as bill center. Okay, so now it's centered. Now we need to have height, not height, font size. Let me see if I have written, here is the 35 pixel. Okay, font size 35 pixel, and now you see we got our font here. Okay, I'm seeing little difference. Acha, the font is changed. Actually, I have used the sans serif, I guess. So let's apply in the star. Okay, which is this one, font family sans serif, and it should be good. Yep, we are good, I think. Yes, so the only thing is the clear button we need now. Okay, so let's design that. Yes. So let's go to the button. Okay, the last one, clear calculator, we are saying that's the div we have to apply the CSS. Okay, so as you guys know that this is the CSS which we use to create these nice looking tiles. Okay, and now let's design the clear calculator. Okay, so let me do this now here, and we'll say first the margin. Okay, so if you see here the demo, you can see we have a 20 pixel margin actually. Okay, you can see the spacing, right? These are the 20 pixel margin. So we'll say margin 20 pixel for all sides, and I'll say width as 100%. So let's see if it works or not. Okay, we need to have the background color. So I have the background color in this list, so let's copy that, paste it here, and also the color, let's take the color as well. And we have the lastly font size, that also I'm going to fix it. Okay, font size 24 pixel. Okay, so let's look at the design, how exactly it's looking. So you see, this is how it's looking. Again, it's going outside of that. So what we can do is, if we remove the width, yes, okay, if we remove the width, it's working fine. But if you have the width also, I'll tell you how exactly it will work. Okay, so let's say width you have to take 80%, and then say auto, it should work this way. Okay, so it's kind of a little messed up, but it's fine now. Okay, so now you see, I have taken width as 90, so it's looking like here, and I'm saying that from top and bottom I need margin 20, but from left and right it should be auto. Then we have a background color, then we have a color, then the font size, and we should be taking padding as well, because earlier it didn't have it. Now you see we got the padding, and we need to make it center. Okay, so text align center, it's centered now. Yep, and also, so if you see, if I double click on this, it's selecting this. Okay, so is this selection I want to remove it. So we can remove this using user select none. Okay, you can do user select none, and if I double click it or whatever I do, this text cannot be selected. Okay, so that restriction we can apply with using this CSS property, user select none. Okay, then let's say cursor as pointer. Okay, so now the cursor is pointer, and we got the design. Okay, there are few things which we will do now. So one of the thing is, if I click on this button, observe the text. Okay, you see this bounce is coming right on the text, that we'll do now. Okay, so let's do that. So span tag, okay, we have to target, and what I will do is, here the action will be active, the pseudo class. Inside this, I'll say font size, we have 35 basically, but we'll make it 30. Okay, so now let's go back. This is our calculator. Okay, that's the demo. This is the demo. This is the calculator. Okay, so if I click it now, you see the bounce is coming, right? But again, it's selecting the user. That we can remove it again. If I do here, user select none, and cursor, I'll say pointer, I guess. Yep. Now you see we are getting this bounce effect. Okay, it will apply on the all the things we can see. Okay, and one more thing, if I do clear, right, you observe the button, whole button is shrinking. Okay, or I can say scaling down. Okay, that we can do the same thing. What we have to do is we have to take this class name and say active, and let's say for scale. Okay, scale 0.95. Okay, let's see. Now you can see this is our calculator, and this bounce effect on the clear button also we are getting. Okay, so this is the design which we have created for the calculator. Now let's apply the JavaScript and make it functional. Yes. So I have created this JavaScript file, and then I have linked this JavaScript file to the HTML. Okay. Now the first thing from the demo, okay, what we have to do. Okay. So if you see, if I click on 7, we should be having 7. Okay. So you see here 7. Okay. If I click on 8, it should have 8. Okay. And like basically whatever tile I click, that value I want to get it. Okay. In JavaScript. So let's see that first how we can do that. Next, we'll have few steps. Okay, we have to follow few steps. We have to understand the whole process. Okay, it's a very simple thing, but at least we have to understand the process, what we are doing. Okay, so first let's see how we can get the value which is there inside the box. Okay, if I click on any of the box, I should be seeing the value at least in the console. Okay, let's see how we can do that. Okay, so first thing what we have to do inside here is, because as you see, we don't want to create these many. So you see 4 into 5, 4 into 4, which is 16 boxes we have, right? So all 16 boxes, I can't have the document.get element by id, something like that. I can't have it that many times. Okay, so what we can do is we can make a reusable function, okay, which will help us to do that. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Okay, so I'll create a function get tile id. Okay, so tile id we have to get. Okay, so because see what we have to write basically is, let's say 7, which actually we don't write it like this. 7 equal to document dot get element by id, and here we have to say number 7. Okay, so this kind of thing I have to repeat it 16 times. Okay, instead of repeating this 16 times, we can create a reusable function, and that we can reuse to do that. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. So we can create a function which will say get tile id. Inside that I'll say id. Okay, so here basically we need to get the id, and let's see if we are getting the id or not. Okay, based on that, what I will do is I'll create let what do we say here is tile, okay, equal to document dot get element by id, and here I'll say id. Okay, so whatever I am doing here, it's the same whatever I have done here earlier, right? Like 7 equal to document dot get element by id, and I'll say number 7. Okay, number 7 is the ID of the number 7. I'll open this one so we can see ID is number 7. So for all of them, we have to get it. Instead of what I have did is I have created this get ID, and here is the ID. And whenever we receive some ID here, I'll going to put it into the document.get element by ID, and here I'll provide it. Okay, so this thing at line number 2 and this thing at line number 9 is exactly the same. Okay, so after that, once I get the reference for that ID, what I will do is I'll console the tile dot html inner html. Okay, inner html, not inner html, inner text we are going to get. Okay, inner html is like if you want to add something inside that. Okay, but we don't want to add something, we want to get it whatever is there. Okay, so we want to get this 7, or we want to get 8 or 9 or this thing, so we have to get it using inner text. We can get it. Okay, so this is the reference tile and dot inner text. Okay, so let's see how we can get this. Okay, but before this, we have to call this get tile everywhere. Okay, everywhere means wherever these values are there, 7, 8, 9, multiply, and from here to here. Okay, so these 4 rows we have to add the IDs. So let me add it now on camera on this, and let's after this I'll add to all of them. I will show you then. Okay, so let's say on click here, and this is the function, and inside here we have to provide this particular ID. Okay, this way. Okay, let's say single quotes, because double quotes we already have it outside. So let me do this, and same thing I'll just copy paste, but I'll change the IDs. Okay, so this will be the 8, this will be 9, and this is multiply. Okay, so whatever ID is there, right, just provide it and we are good to go. Okay, so let's check this first. Okay, then I'll add it there. So what we can do is we can go back, we can open developer tools, and it should be on this side. Let me clear this, and in theory if I click 7, it should give us the ID from the line number 7, and it should give us the inner text, which is the 7 or 8 or 9 or multiply. Okay, at line number 11. Okay, so let's click on 7. Now you see I clicked on 7, I can see number 7 is the ID and 7 is the value. Okay, let's click on 9. Okay, I'll just clear it and let's click on 9, and you see 9 I got it. If I say star, it's star. I'm getting 8 I'm getting. So see, this is how we are getting the inner text. Whatever text is there, I'm getting the text. Okay, now let me add this on click function to all of them. Okay, yes, so as you can see, I have added to all of the tiles. Okay, this on click event and get tile ID, that's a reusable function we have. Okay, and let me remove this line number 2, which is not needed, and let's go back and let's open the console again and let's test all of them. Okay, all of them let's test. So let's come with point is coming, 0 is coming, slash is coming, equals is coming, 1 2 3 plus 4 5 6 minus 7. Okay, let me do this because the video is here. So minus is coming, then I'll say 7 8 9 and star. Okay, so we are getting all of them. Okay, now the only thing is what we have to do. If I click here, so this is a demo, if I click 7, it should come here. Okay, if I click this, it should also come here. Okay, so this particular thing we want to do it now. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Okay, so let's go back here, let's close this, and let me go to here. Okay, this is our file, and I think we can minimize this right now, because we know that what we have to provide and what IDs we need to provide. Okay, so let's minimize this, and don't worry about the source code. Okay, it will be there in the GitHub. Okay, so GitHub link is the description, you can go and check out the whole source code. Okay, and let's remove the consoles as well from here, and this one we need it. Okay, actually but console, let it be like that. Okay, so I'll create a variable outside of the function, so it will be in the global scope. Okay, we know that global scope and everything, so let it be in the global scope, and we'll can access it in anywhere. Okay, so I'll say calculations. Okay, and equal to, I'll say single quotes, string. Okay, I'll say string because we have to capture it in string only, then only we can calculate it properly. Okay, now what I'll do is here calculation equal to calculation plus this thing. Okay, as it is a string, it will not going to add it anything. Okay, so it will be like this. So we have to test it out as well. Okay, how exactly this is working. So I'll say calculations here. So I'm just trying to check it in the console so that later we can add it to the display directly. Display in the sense this 0 value. Okay, instead of that we can add it. So let's see in the console. Okay, 7 I have said minus, you see 7 minus 9 equals to as well coming. After equals to, we have to actually like once I click equal to, it should give us the value, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so we are able to get it here, just that we have to add it on here. Okay, so let's see how exactly it can be done. So the first thing, we have to take the reference of the display board. Okay, display board in the sense this 0. Okay, this is our actual input display. Okay, this one is the previous one. Okay, previous display, that's a different thing. So ID as input we have. So what we can do is we can come here. Before this, I'll say let input equal to document dot get element by ID. So the reference is made, and now I have to do inner HTML to this input. Okay, So what I will do, inner HTML, I'll have input dot inner HTML. Inner text will give you the whatever text is there. Okay, we want to add the text inside that reference. Okay, so inner HTML equal to calculation, I'll say. Okay, okay, let's save it. Let's check. Okay, so let's click on 2 plus 6 into minus, or let's refresh, or let's do again, and we can see that it's coming properly. Okay, so this is how we want it, and this is how it is coming. Okay, so let's refresh it, and now what we have to do is we have to do one thing. If I click on equals to, instead of equals to coming here, it should calculate the result and move the whatever I have just now added, right? Like 9 plus 9 into 6. So if I click on equal to, this 9 into 6 should go up and the result should display here. Okay, that we want to do now. So let's go back and let's go to equals. Okay, here this equals to get tile ID we don't need. Okay, something else we need to call it there. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create a function. Okay, first, and I'll say calculate. Okay, and here we have to calculate the result. Okay, so and this method, as you know, click on the equals, it should run. Okay, so that's how it will be, and we have to add the result. Okay, we have to show the result inside this. Instead of this 0, we have to show the result. Okay, so if we want to show the result, we have already input here, and this input dot inner HTML, I have to show the result. Okay, now the thing is how exactly we can calculate it, because if it is like this, like 9 plus 2, it is very easily to calculate. Okay, but now we have a string. Okay, string of this thing. Okay, so string of this thing, how we can do that? Let me copy it and I'll show you one good method which is there inside the JavaScript. Okay, so let me do this and let's see. So in JavaScript we have a eval function. Okay, which will accept a string and give us the data back. Okay, so let's say 9 into 6 minus 3. Okay, suppose like this, and string. So if I enter it, it should give us result. Okay, so this it will going to calculate. Okay, so eval will going to give us the result of the string. Okay, so whatever operators you provide, it will calculate based on that, and it will give the result to us. Okay, so let's do this now. So let's refresh this and let's go back. So what I want to store in this inner HTML is the calculation. Okay, so eval calculation. So calculation we have. This is the text. This is the whole text we have, which is like in the string format, like 9 into 6 minus 3, something like that. It will be there. So this text I want to calculate. So this is there currently inside calculation. Okay, this is the calculation, and this I will do eval. Inside that I'll keep it. Okay, so calculation, and that's it. Okay, that's the only thing I can do. And now if I do 2 plus 3, if I click on equals to, it is giving 5 as the value. Okay, so it means this is working, this eval is working. So what exactly it's doing here is, see, I have a string. Okay, 2 plus 3, and once I do this inside eval, it is giving us the result as 5. Okay, so based on whatever operators are there, eval will going to evaluate the equation, this expression. Okay, this string expression, it will going to evaluate and give us the result back. Okay, that's what we are doing. Okay, so this is done now. Okay, so we are able to get the output, but the only thing is, if I do 3 plus 3, this 3 plus 3 should be displayed on the above screen. Okay, if I equal to, should be displayed, not, it's not displaying right now. So that we can handle using this. Okay, so I'll take this ID of the previous input, and let's take priv input as the reference, document dot get element by ID, and this is the previous input. Okay, so for this I want to add the calculation. Okay, so dot inner HTML equal to calculation, I'll say, because this is the calculation, we'll have the string, right? Like suppose not this one, 2 plus 3. So this 2 plus 3 should go inside the previous input. That's the only thing I'm saying here. Okay, so now let's save it, let's go back, let's do 2 plus 3. If I click equal to, here we should get 5, and above we should get 2 plus 3. Okay, let's see. Yep, you see 2 plus 3 and result is 5. Okay, so our calculator is working fine. Okay, the other features we have to add it. Okay, features in such a way that if I click on clear, it should give us 0 here and it should show us the previous result on top. Okay, how exactly we are doing in the demo, right? 2 plus 3, if I click equals to, it's showing 2 plus 3, 5. So this particular thing is done. Now if I click on clear, it should give us this thing, 2 plus 3 equals to 5 and this 0. Okay, so this thing we have to get it now. So it is also a similar thing. We have to create a function which will say clear. Okay, clear calculator. Okay, this is a function we have, and this should run when I click on the clear button. Okay, which is this one. So div, and if I do here on click this one, and let's call it. Okay, so this should trigger that. Okay, let's check if the function is working or not. We can check it with the alert. Okay, hi, it is working, I'll say. Let's save it. Let's go back. Now if I click on clear, it should give us the alert. Okay, now we are getting the alert, means if the calculator, the clear calculator is working. Okay, just that we have to do few things. Okay, so let's see what exactly we want to do. The first thing we want to do is we have to make this text 0. Okay, so this 0 is there, like if I do 6 plus 3, 9. Okay, this 9 should be 0. Okay, if I click on clear. Okay, that can be done very easily. Input dot inner html, I'll say it's 0. Okay, that's it. So if I do just refresh, 2 plus 3, which is 5, if I click on clear, 0. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, but the previous value is not coming. Okay, previous value should come, 2 plus 5 equals to 5. Okay, so that's how it should come. So that we can do with the priv input. Okay, priv input, I'll have it, and dot inner html, because we have to add it. Okay, equals to calculation plus equals to, and then again plus eval. Okay, eval of the calculation again. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly it means. I'll explain you that, but this is the expression we will have. Okay, so here this calculation will have let me screen, like, okay, this is fine. So now you see, if I do this thing, what exactly the value will be. Okay, so 2 plus 3 will be there, and I'm saying add the 0, sorry, add the equals to symbol here. Okay, so it will add the equals to symbol, and then we are doing eval calculation. Okay, eval calculation is there, right? So this calculation going to be evaluated, which is 2 plus 3, and it will going to give us 5. Okay, so this particular expression we need to have it on the top side. Okay, so let's see if it is working or not. Okay, so let me refresh this. 2 plus 3 equals to 2 plus 3, 5, and if I clear, now you see 2 plus 3 equals to 5, and we are getting 0. Okay, but again, okay, if I do 1, so you see, if I click on 1, it's saying 31. Okay, what it means is the catch is not clear. The catch in the sense, this calculation need to be cleared as well. Okay, so what we have to do here is the last thing, calculations equal to empty again. Okay, and yeah, so this is it. This is our calculator. Okay, so I'll show you again what exactly happened. So 2 plus 3 equals to 2 plus 3, 5, and clear, it should 2 plus 3 equal to 0. Thus this is the previous result, and current is 0. And if I do 1, it's not showing the 2 plus 3, 1. Okay, now it's showing again, restarted this thing. Okay, 1 plus 3, which is 4, and now again this thing. Okay, so our calculator is working fine. Okay, this is how we have built our calculator using JavaScript. Yes. So this is about the calculator using JavaScript. We saw like how we can design it with HTML and CSS, and how we can add the JavaScript in order to firstly get the text from the tile. And we saw then later on how what is eval function does in the JavaScript. Okay. And using the inner text, inner HTML, we have seen that how we can put some text or the numbers inside the tag. Okay, so this is how what we have done, and this is what we have created a calculator using JavaScript. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.